Hey, turn up, skate, workout.
Yeah.
Work.
Wait, turn it up again.
We finna have a party.
Oh!
Hey, bring it back. Hey. Austin, swagging.
Yeah.
I don't know which camera to look at. Look at all of them.
Where do I look?
Right here.
Fellas, what's up, man? Welcome back.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, man.
I ain't seen y'all boys since last year. That's
You're one of those. You're one of those. I'll see you next year.
God. Y'all know how we start, man, with a toast, man. We got the whiskey, unofficial sponsor today, but we love them, man.
Man, we love them.
We love them. It's Balcony.
Balcony!
Go.
yes, sir.
Cheers.
So tasty. All right. So tasty. So, fellas, man, what's been up, man? How's the new year been starting off? How's it been treating you?
You know what? It's been good to me.
It's been good.
So far, I woke up every day since then. So.
Hey, well, that's a blessing.
That's always a plus.
That is a blessing.
It's always a
That
plus.
is a blessing. Wild card, you look like you had a rough night, brother.
Happy belated J5, brother.
You look like you had a rough night.
Wasn't a rough one, just a long one.
Just a long one.
It's a different
good one.
J5, how many pennies you collect? They throw them at
Hey,
you.
bro, I'm a wholesome young man.
Okay.
I'm capped out
That
the
pocket square don't look quite
Incorporated.
pocketish. That look more like a thong or something. You good?
Let me see.
That pocket look like blue silks, brother.
Nah, man.
You all right?
I'm great.
You gonna make it?
I'm great.
You looking alive, man. You looking alive.
I'm glad you're alive. You know, your face moisturized. You know, you looking good.
For now.
You see, you got the curls. He came back with the curls.
Yeah.
I had to. Well, yeah. Never mind.
They
They wasn't that long.
They wasn't that long.
This is actually shorter than the previous time that we.
What?
When Jacob sent us on the false mission.
Ooh.
We do have to talk about that before the night's over.
What? What?
Nah, we don't. We gonna leave that.
We
put
gonna
that-
leave that where it
with
is.
with all the other Jacob mishaps.
We gonna leave that last.
There's a lot of
First of all,
Jacob
you're right.
mishaps. We
I'm
will
bringing all
not
Jacob
spend a
back.
whole podcast episode on
Yeah,
Jacob
we-
again.
2019 will not be.
Yeah, we're not.
will not be Jacob.
We leave it
at
at 2018 because I think half of our shows we discussed Jacob.
First of all, I made the shit
Bro, just
interesting.
half?
We talking
No,
about.
you didn't make
Right,
it interesting.
content.
It was
Like
more of
85
an intervention
solid
because we were trying to
85%.
save your life.
Hey, I think we getting on Jacob.
We are getting on
Let's
Jacob.
get-
Let's
Yeah, we
go.
started the year off on the
Man,
right
you know
path.
what?
We did.
It's Jacob, 2019.
So Christmas holidays, man. What did
I'm
y'all
dead. We got
enjoy?
one.
Oh, okay.
Writing it down.
Oh, he got a I'm dead and I'm
This
weak
got an I
tally.
did tally.
Okay.
Oh,
Dead and weak. We got one.
Cool.
That's what we're doing
All right.
in 2019.
Yeah.
Take
Yeah,
a
we
tally.
gotta keep count though.
Oh, we got.
Y'all know I hate when people say that's what we're doing in 2019. Or I'm doing that all 2019.
But it's appropriate.
Yeah, I guess, but whatever. It gets on my nerves.
cliche.
Anyway, yeah, it's very
I hate
cliche.
cliches.
It's a lot of cliches, but they true for a reason.
Nah,
Same
because
here,
they've been
brother.
doing the same thing.
Why is Mike mad?
2018,
2001,
Mike,
99,
no
90.
negativity in 2019.
Tell Mike to leave that.
Hey, one thing on a good note in 2019. How about them Cowboys?
Let's go, baby. Oh,
I'ma
so
take
you
to
quiet.
that.
So you quiet, but you was cheering for us yesterday, right?
I'm a fan.
You're not a fan.
I am
He
a
wanted
fan.
to
No,
play
you
the
cannot
Saints.
be a fan and you gonna be on New Orleans bandwagon next week, bro.
First of all, that's not a bandwagon. That's the real.
So
team. That's the
you're a
whole
fan
team.
of who?
And you from
I'm
Chicago.
a fan of both teams.
No, sir.
If they played
no,
each
sir.
other,
There's one team.
no, there's two
No,
teams.
no.
If they played each other.
No,
So you telling
no.
me when it comes to sports, you can only like one team and that's it?
You're
No.
exactly right.
Football.
In football, you're exactly right.
Y'all tripping.
You can
You
definitely
like
like more than
one
one
team.
team.
Y'all boys.
One
is
team.
I get into this
I like
discussion
two
every time
teams.
football.
Nah, bro, you don't like,
like
two
two
teams.
teams.
We don't need you over here. I'm gonna tell you,
You-
that. 'Cause
you
when we
want-
go to
you-
the Super Bowl,
you one of
don't
them
be coming
annoying
over here.
fans.
Yeah, you're very
It's
annoying.
like a ranking system.
He one
Like
of them dudes
1,
that something bad
2,
happened, he
3,
leaving
4,
real
5.
quick. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need
Out of
that in
there.
our life.
Well, you know,
Out of
Jacob, Jacob got commitment issues. so.
That's true.
But we're not gonna get on Jacob.
Let's
We
leave
not
that in
gonna get on
2018.
Jacob.
You see how they
It's
keep
just,
alluding
it's just
to
so
it, though?
easy, ain't it? It's just so easy.
So many
It
segues.
flows so easy.
It does, man. It does, man. But it is the new year, man. We're excited about everything we got going on, man. We're going to bring y'all fresh new content. Whiskey Conversation Podcast. We're going to bring y'all some new sponsors, man. Y'all know any whiskey distilleries?
Please reach
Shoot
out.
them our way.
Please.
Shoot them our way, man.
Thank
We
you.
looking for the sponsorships, not only whiskey distilleries, but other businesses. If you want to promote your business, man, we would love to promote you guys.
We drink it all, whiskey, wine, whatever.
I mean, not just whiskey, but clothes, and you just want to promote your business, man.
Hey, man, feel free. If y'all want to cater one episode of our podcast, and you got a business out there, feel free to
we would
DM
love
us.
I
will sit up here and eat your
plate
and
smack during this whole podcast.
But please be confident about your food because my
as a wild card
are very honest.
As a wild card, he would get on your ass.
Good. I will push that plate to the side.
Off the table,
You gotta
bro.
fold it up. You gotta
Politely. And put it in the trash can to the left.
Put your napkin over that joint. Put your napkin over that joint.
And then get everybody else on top of it.
Be like, hey, turn the camera.
Calvin over here swiping away plates. Just
Oh, that's how you swiping?
yep. Sorry.
Bro, so we got to get into this. Did y'all see the R. Kelly joint, man?
I ain't watching
Surviving
it.
R. Kelly?
I'm watching it. Well, I can't say I'm watching it. I don't want to go to
What channel
jail.
does it come on?
Fire stick. But anyway, well,
Lifetime.
but before we get in our 2019 goals topic, I want to disclaim: I in no way promote the behavior that R. Kelly or any person like R. Kelly shows. No, but
We talked about this in another episode.
I mean, but besides going into more detail about things that he did, a lot of people acting fake shock. Like, I think it's shock value because it's actual show about it, but I mean, the man had to live when she was 13, 14, 15. I mean, at what point the man was on camera with an underage girl doing a lot of stuff? I mean, what's so surprising? Now, the only thing I'm surprised about, and I'm only in episode 1, is just seeing how many people facilitated the whole Aaliyah relationship.
No, not even the Aaliyah.
Well, not even that, but just everything in general. That's the only thing that I'm surprised about how many people facilitate now.
Dude was like hanging out at a high school, bro.
I don't know if there's limitations,
Like, come on,
statute of limitations, but all
Wow.
them people should be accessories.
All I heard the question was like, he was asked, would you date a teenager? And he was like, well, how old is a
Well,
teenager?
that video been old, and that's been one of the funniest videos I've
Also
ever seen
true.
because
I
he
ain't
wanted
never seen that.
clarification.
He's like, how old is she?
He was like, so Robert, do you date teenage girls? Now, when we talking teenage, how old you talking?
I died.
Like, bro, you're a grown man. Like, why is that even?
That shouldn't even be a thought.
Yeah, it's not a question. Like,
Yeah.
no.
And that's-
I guess he needed clarity of are we talking 13, 14, or we talking 18, 19?
Yeah, but I'm glad that I'm glad that the story is coming out and people are being made aware, man. Because for me having a daughter, that's scary, bro.
Yeah.
Now she's only 3, but she's gonna be a teenager at some point.
Well,
so
I'm
that's,
sure your parenting skills will be a lot better.
oh,
than
bro,
their
I'm
parents, so.
busting caps. I'm in your head. I will go to jail over mine. It just is what it is.
And that kind of goes back
It
to
just is what it
one
is.
of our first episodes when we were talking about masculinity of where was the man in his life, like who taught him to be a man or who taught him those
Well, he was
actions,
no excuse for it. Well, there wasn't no man around his life. Honestly, he had a lot of.
That's
It's a
That's
cop
part
out.
of
It's
it.
a cop out. It's a
Yeah.
cop
Yeah.
out. But I was just saying, as far as with that,
Yeah.
there wasn't none, but it's still a cop out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I
to
mean,
be
it's not an
honest-
excuse, but it's just part of the problem.
Yeah.
What?
This is something that he's not gonna be able to recover from though.
Oh, no.
Like he will never.
Well, I won't say never. I won't say never.
Thick, bro.
Nah.
I won't say the man was on tape. Like he had a whole sex tape.
It's too much. It's too much. It's too much for him to
This
bounce
one,
back from.
like
So let me ask y'all this before because this is not our topic, ladies and gentlemen. This is not our topic.
Yeah,
just
we
wanna
are
try
not
to-
spending the whole
It
episode.
may be
Yeah.
They go on rabbit
But
trails all the time.
why is it that everybody is upset now,
When
but
it
nobody was upset with the Aaliyah situation? Nobody was upset when the video came out and you graphically saw what he was doing and you knew it was an underage girl. Why does it take a Lifetime documentary for people to be, oh, Robert got issues? He been had these issues since '93.
I think social media is what blew this up though. If we're gonna be real, like when everything else happened,
Of course.
social media didn't exist.
That plays a
Even-
part.
like-
yeah,
That plays
even
a
when the
part.
tape
Because we're in the
came out.
Yeah, I
information
feel like
age.
all issues are blown out of proportion now. If anything happens on the micro level, we can blow that thing up nationally. So I feel like that's the only difference now is the media attention that it got.
I got you.
Yeah. Social media wise, and you're definitely right about that.
But on a good note,
yeah, let's get on the good foot. We ain't gonna talk about that all day, man. Like I said, it's 2019, man, and of course, people have goals or resolutions. Let me ask y'all: do y'all call them goals or resolutions?
I went from resolutions to
What you-
goals. I call them
goals,
goals now.
okay.
Things to attain.
Okay.
Is there a difference between the two?
Yeah, it is. I
Yeah.
was just gonna ask.
Well, like with
y'all
resolution,
I was ready to make a point, and y'all shut me down. Kind of.
with resolution, there's a connotation associated with it. It's going to be one of those things. It's like a trend. It just blows up real quick and then fades and dissipates away so quick. But when you put a goal, there's actually specific steps that you're going to take to get there. So for me, I don't call them resolutions because I'm thinking, well, if I say resolution, it's going to be broken. I set them as goals, not because the year is changing, because I see mistakes and pitfalls in my life that I know I need to address and change.
Definitely. But man, we're gonna go and share some of our goals. We don't want your whole long list, man. Austin over here got his legal pad right
Got a
down.
list ready.
That's probably page 3 right there. And as he takes a sip, he's gonna write about 5 more. But man, what are some of y'all goals, man? Jacob, we're gonna start with you, man. What are some of your goals, man? You've been reading books and stuff. I seen you on the gram posting stuff in your story, man. What are some of your goals you got for your business, personal life, hopefully love life? Whatever. We ain't gonna get into that. But what are some of your goals, man, for the new year, bro?
No, my goals are pretty simplistic. But let me say this first about goal setting. I start goal setting in either October or November. I don't start goal setting at the end of the year. And I'll start to actually work toward those goals in October or November, because I think that the fact is it takes 21 days to form a habit.
90 days to form a lifestyle.
Yeah, so I want to start doing those things at least 2-3 months in advance, so that when the new year does come, I'm already adjusted. You know, I don't want to, because January 1st doesn't come around and you flip a switch and all of a sudden you're a better person. Right. You know, you got to work your way into it. So I know self-care was a priority for me. Less smoking was a priority for me. Communication was a priority for me. Like typically, the only time I talk to somebody is if they text or call me first. So I want to do more outreach. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I talk to somebody, they shouldn't have to hit me up.
Yeah, your communication
You know?
kind of trash.
So, you gonna do me
Go
like
ahead,
that on
go
the
ahead.
But working on that.
We'll prove them wrong.
And then,
So,
like,
yeah, right.
And then just business wise, my goal is to double my business. And it might sound crazy, but I'm trying to do
Why is that crazy?
$120,000 this year,
Do it.
which is half of what I did last year. But that means double the speaking engagements, double the number of suits that I sell, and double the number of social media clients that I have. So if I sold 100 suits last year, I want to sell 200 this year. If I had 15 speaking engagements last year, this year I want to have 30. And I've already broken it down, because like when y'all are goal setting, just make sure that y'all are setting short-term and long-term goals, because you got to celebrate the small wins
Yeah.
along the way. Like you can't just set a large goal and then be, stressed out or disappointed when you don't accomplish it.
Set some goals that are attainable.
that are attainable. Like I
That
said, smart goals.
that still push you, but still they're attainable.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So if you set smart goals, that's the A, is attainable. Because if it's not attainable or it's unrealistic, unconsciously, we don't work as hard to achieve it. So it still has to be far enough for us to work, but close enough for it to make sense. You know
So
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
you brought up a good point. Let me ask you. So we did this thing right when I was working in retail. I believe I was at Brooks Brothers, so you should know about this.
Hey.
So we used to have a goal, and a goal was based on a goal for the day, what you sell, right? And that was based on numbers for last year and what sales have been looking like for the year. So we would have that goal, right? And then you have what you call the stretch goal. Did y'all do
Yeah,
that?
we did that too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so do y'all set like stretch goals, like you said, you want to double your suits at least? That's minimum, right?
That's
So
minimum.
I sold 100. I want to sell 200, but I want to get to
Yeah.
350.
Yeah. So if I hit 200
is-
third quarter,
Yeah.
then you make
Of
that
course.
stretch goal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like my goal before the end of the year was 25,000 followers, but I hit that in November. So now it's kind of like, okay, now we have
Humble
to
brag.
Show me the
Humble
way,
brag.
Sensei.
Brag.
What I'm saying though, but you gotta adjust.
Sitting
Like,
heavily
if you
about
set
the
goals
2-3
early, you gotta
thousand.
adjust.
Go ahead.
Humble,
Go up.
I'm humble at my 3,000.
Yeah, I was like humble brag.
25,000.
Humble brag.
You know what
You
I'm
know?
saying?
Maybe 2,500.
I looked at, I viewed 25,000
I ain't got the
pages.
key.
29,
Y'all
20.
gotta relax.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all gotta relax.
Brian, what you got, man? Millich?
Man,
Melange.
if you fancy.
It's the first
If
time
you
he said it
fancy.
right, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
knew he was going to say it.
If you
Big
fancy.
to it. Lead 'em
I
to it.
think
Angry man.
So one for me is brand recognition. Thank you, Calvin, for understanding
That's
what
real.
the Millage is.
That's a word.
It really is, and it's been a lot of hard work over the past few years, and not knowing it myself, but the Millage truly is a brand. So really just trying to build that brand and be more strategic. So that's one of my main goals this year is really formulating a plan that allows me to be more aggressive in the way that I monetize everything that I do, in a sense, when it comes to social media, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to the work that I do on a daily basis. In addition, I'm right there with you, Jacob, really strengthening my communication skills, and that's something that I've challenged myself to do over the past years, being that I don't want to become a certain person that can't communicate effectively, but also I know I'm not the only part of communication. It definitely takes more than just me when I'm communicating with somebody else.
Yeah.
And like you said, I want to be the one beginning that strand of communication, whether it be a phone call, an email, a text message, whatever. It's that people don't have to come to me when they want to talk. I can also go to them. I mean, of course, you all know in this room, we all text, email, phone call each other when we're in need or in support. And I want to be able to do the same thing
Yeah.
with everyone else in my circle. And just giving y'all three, I want to pray and praise more. I mean, there's a lot of things that I accomplished last year, whether I wanted to or not, and it was all because of God, honestly. And thanking Him is one thing, but asking Him for other things and for clarity is another. So I want to be sure that I'm able to pray more than I praise, or if not both in the same sense. I do a lot of praising, but only when it's stuff that I didn't ask for,
Yeah.
and I want to ask for those things. So I want to pray more,
Yeah.
So pray and praise more for sure.
All that.
Yeah, all of it. All of
dope,
it. Worship
man.
everything.
Austin, what you got, man? I don't know if we need to
You got
let
the
you go
list.
last.
Y'all look
so-
at this. My man got a whole.
So organized.
Oh, y'all gonna get these goals.
You gonna learn today.
Y'all gonna get these goals.
Yeah, step by step.
Austin, what you got, man?
So I wrote them down because
I wrote this for you.
I did. I wrote this down because one, I wanted to remember them, but two, actually visualizing it really helps it make a lot more attainable, and it solidifies it, and you can envision it.
100%.
So the first thing is read more, because when I first moved up here to the Metroplex, I really didn't read, or actually started reading a lot more. And I read like 5 or 6 books in about 4 months, and that's the fastest rate I've ever read before. But then something happened, and I just stopped and haven't really read since then. So one, just read more to be able to educate myself more, and not just in menswear, but really in any subject. So, we talked about mental health. That's something that's pretty prevalent for me right now. So, diving into that, diving into my word more with my quiet time with God, and just being a more well-educated gentleman. The second is spend bi-weekly quality time with friends. Because it's more, I read the stat that it said it was more healthy when a man meets with his friends like 2 times a week. To me, that's something really attainable. So at the beginning of this year, I had a lot of people reach out to me. And so I just said, I was like, hey, let's hang out at this time. Let's hang out at this time, where it's not I'm meeting people every day, but it's still consistent where I've got that regular friend interaction. And it's that good quality time. The last one is be debt free. And bring my net worth to zero. I think my car is actually going to be paid off in the next 2 months.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to kick out my my student loan. So 2020, I want to be able to travel more, but just be a lot more financially sound. We talked about stretch goal. Down the line, within the next 5 years, I want to buy my own house and just actually begin to build my life.
Let's go, man.
So when I find that special someone, I've already got my house built, and if we begin to build a family, boom, I've already got something set, and those cogs are already set in motion.
I mean, you got a family right here, man.
I do,
we moving
but
in.
you're not as
Yeah.
pretty as what I'm
What
looking
you
for.
talking
Yeah, you know,
I got a haircut
Yeah.
now.
let
Just for
me
you.
let me tell you. Let me throw this in there real quick. It's nice to have a house on your own,
But
if
it's
you
a pain
looking
to
for-
fix that.
No, but if you're looking for a wife, you want to get that with her.
Yeah.
Just little advice.
Well, she's gonna learn today, and she's gonna learn.
You gonna learn today. Look, I got this house, and this is where you live.
Period.
You see this shack? You are welcome.
But I want to know if not, it's paid off.
Yeah.
Better.
But really, that was not necessarily a secondary goal, but if that's a stretch goal,
Yeah.
what are some of the
That's
steps
a
I have
great
to?
goal to have.
Yeah, and what are some of the steps that I need to take to get there? And that's being debt free and just changing the spending habits. It's not about behavior modification. It's about transformation, because it's instead of just putting a Band-Aid over the wound, you're actually getting surgery on it. So there's a little bit of a difference there.
You gonna
like
stop
Grey's
buying
Anatomy.
suits?
Huh?
So you gonna stop buying suits?
You shut up right now. You shut up right. I'm gonna buy less.
Boy, stop.
He's
That's
going.
how far about
He's
that.
going to buy less and accessorize more.
He
All
said
right,
Ross Moore.
all right. So let's be honest here.
That's how
I'm buying
far.
a house to have more room for suits. Let's just be
Big
clear.
fact.
He gonna have a room strictly
Yeah,
suit
strictly
room, no
suit.
closet. It's gonna be a suit
You
room.
cannot go in this room. This is
No
one of
joke.
my
I've actually
suits.
got a friend. He had a guest room, but it was just vacant for a while. And he showed me a picture of it. I'm like, man, that looks like a guest room. He goes, yeah, that's my closet. It's a guest room. I'm going, what? Like that? Like explain that. And he said, well, my wife and I never really entertain or anything. And he said, and I'm in the menswear industry, so I mean, it made more sense for me to have that spare room. And I'm going.
My suits are in my.
So every time I've seen that, I'm going,
Can I get a 4-bedroom house? One
Yeah.
being a guest room. One
Exactly.
being
We're gonna get the
my
closet expanded, brought out,
Yeah, bring it out.
Yeah.
take
I
those
need-
two
I need
rooms,
two-
making them a
two
one
story.
have a chair and an ottoman in there.
So I can
Yeah.
just sit and look at them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
tie is dope, by the way, man. That
Thank you,
mud
my
is
friend.
super fire, man. Wild card, what you got, man?
Man, y'all came with some very profound,
Profound.
goals. And you know, I struggle with this episode because I am wild card.
Yeah.
And goals is a very serious topic. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't much room to finagle. But I got a goal in mind. Can you cue my music?
Wait, he got
Can you-
music.
Oh, hell.
What's
Can you cue my
happening?
music?
what happened when you get here early.
This boy done had a
what
pregame
happened when
prep
you get here
talk.
early.
Cue my music.
Okay.
Cue my music.
Oh,
Oh,
You
get
know-
out of here. That's a talent.
He hit us with the quiet storm.
Dead. Hit him.
You know,
Dead
yeah,
or
just
weak?
I'm gonna just let music
Dead or
sing
weak?
to you.
Is it dead or weak?
He said dead.
Dead. Okay.
You look at
Sing it if you know it.
really love. That boy looking for love. Woo! 2019.
All right.
You ready?
So
ready to give up your new
you know, wild card, and I've been single here 2.5 going on 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us about it.
So you
Uh-oh.
know,
Ladies,
we've been single for some time. You know, and you know the time I will say the time I was in the hospital. You know.
Put things in perspective.
It was a lot of stuff on my mind. You know,
Touch on it.
a lot of
Had
stuff.
them come to
The hair was
moments.
looking like Brian's for
Yep,
a minute
yep.
while I was in the hospital.
I'm dead.
Bang bang. I'm dead.
The hair,
Alright.
the hair was looking like Brian's for a minute.
I cut it
Bang,
so
bang.
fast. I got a
You know,
haircut.
I started
shaved
thinking
beard,
about a lot. You
everything.
know, over the past 2.5 years,
What's the J after J5
I've
hush?
accomplished a lot of things in my life, and then went through a little rough
to get
patch. You know what I'm
J5
saying?
like at
you
his-
know what
at
I'm
his
saying?
system.
And you do gotta get J5.
J5 at your system.
Now he ready
But,
to be wholesome.
But
He was a whole ass man. He never be wholesome now.
but nah. On serious note though.
Come on. Serious?
Serious note.
This guy?
It's serious. You can go ahead and tune it out now. Yeah, they get the point. But nah, for real.
Right to him. Look at him, boy.
For real though.
So dead.
You know, my goal.
Get a close up on his eyes.
Can you zoom in, please?
Come on, man.
This is a
We serious.
serious
I'm trying to get my goal, bro. We ain't got
Serious
that
matter.
much. My goal is to, you know, find a stable, you know, relationship. I think over the 2.5 years, 1 year I wasn't really looking for anything. You know, got out of something. You know, wanted to stay single. Then tail end I started, but you know, just wasting time in a sense. So I think with me being in the hospital, just start thinking about the past, you know, 2.5 years. Then just think about like, you know, you get those accomplishments. You go through stuff in life you don't have really anybody, you know, there to share it with. You know what I'm saying? So I think with me, my focus 2019 is not wasting time because I'll be the first to tell you I'm picky. I'm picky. I have certain standards that I like to have in a relationship. So with me, it's being able to find that person. You know, you can share them things with, you know,
Those moments.
you know, take these vacations in spring in San Antonio, you know, but we waiting till after cuffing season though. So we waiting until like
Give him a
April.
date. Give him a
till it
date.
warm
Get a
up.
lady
We
in.
waiting until after April. Like right now,
Okay.
we still tryouts. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no relationship from me to the summer. I gotta see how you act when the weather get good before anything.
He waiting on
happens.
that sundress to
You know
come
what I'm
out.
saying?
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
We
So,
understand what you're going through.
but nah, that's my whole thing. My goal 2019. I know I can do everything else, poetry wise, career wise. I got the drive to do that. My
Do not
goal.
follow Calvin. His poetry is dope. Just gotta shout that guy out. Go
Appreciate you,
check him
boss.
out.
Appreciate you.
Just saying.
So my goal 2019 is actually have a substantial, meaningful relationship, and hopefully it blossoms the rest of the year, and we keep going. You
So
know,
I think he gave us all a goal to set him up. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
So that's my 2019 goal, man.
So, ladies, if you want to take your shot on dating KJ, Mr. Calvin himself.
No, he can't.
Please
You don't want to date KJ, as we learned yesterday. You don't want to date KJ.
Please
KJ,
DM,
we left KJ at J5.
DM
on
the
the right
Whiskey
girl.
Conversation Podcast.
We left KJ at J5. You want to date Calvin.
If you think
know?
you deserve a shot with this gentleman, please
Wanna
DM
date
Whiskey
Calvin.
Conversation Podcast and let us know.
You know,
See what you did there.
I'm glad you
Calvin,
recognize that,
what's
you know?
what's your Instagram handle? We got a lady asking.
Calvin with a K, spelled the K, _ J.
Calvin.
Yeah,
Okay,
Love with the double
underscore
underscore.
J.
Like, one.
Well, no, I couldn't do one. One was already somehow it was already taken.
already taken.
But the 2 underscores have a meaning though. Good sir. Just like your new Instagram name has a meaning. My Instagram
Shout out to the name change.
my Instagram name has a meaning with the double underscores.
You gonna explain?
Because Junior.
Nah, so Calvin, of course, is my first name.
Sure.
So Calvin is the name me and my dad share. So that's why I kept that. Everybody knows me as KJ back home, so that's why the J is there at the end to have like the happy medium. The 2 underscores represent my middle name and represent my last name,
What's your middle name?
Jeffrey.
Ah, got it.
So that's why it's called Calvin J.
I see what you did there.
Sense.
That boy creative, clever.
I tell you.
LOL Entertainment.
Yeah. So Calvin _ J is the IG handle.
So LOLs for lots of love. I just got it. Cool. That's what you're looking for this
Live out loud entertainment.
He say, no, don't mess up my brand, brother. Y'all in a relationship, but do not mess up my brand. Let's bring it back. No, man, that's a beautiful thing for real, man. It's nothing like having somebody to share everything with, especially your accomplishments. Once you do achieve those goals, man, even going through the ups and downs, somebody that's always there for you, man. So that's a great goal, bro.
We trying to get like,
That's a great goal.
Michael.
Big facts.
Trying to get that
Big
Michael.
facts.
That's a great
You know
goal.
what I'm saying?
Mike, I know you about to go last, but let me say this real quick so I can just get this out.
I know. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go.
Because it's on my
I'm gonna
spirit.
let you finish. But
But
Yeah.
It's just on my spirit. It's just on my spirit.
ahead, brother.
So let me.
Because
be
my goal for to be
transparent.
short. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I still want you to finish though.
No.
My finances was out of order last year.
Preach.
Out of order. The last year, the year before that, and the year before that.
Preach.
Now, what I did different this year, right? I challenged myself to make a list of all of my expenses.
Stop going to the strip club all the
All
time.
of, I know, man. I really gotta
Wiggle jiggle
chill.
joints.
I'm
Wiggle,
a geek.
jiggle,
Stop
Never have I
joints.
heard that.
We got a week, ladies and gentlemen.
We're gonna give y'all a I'm dead and I'm weak tally at the end.
At the end of the episode.
Stop going
You missed
ecstasy
a
and paying
couple.
somebody tuition.
But
How
I
about that?
legitimately added up all of my expenses, and then I really worked out my income that I got from my job and my actual business. So, my car note is $405. My rent split is $650. That's $1,000 right there. As far as like my student payments, that's $300 a month. My life insurance is another $200. Car insurance is whatever. You gotta talk. That's what I'm saying. You gotta think about like your phone bill is another $100. So I added all of this stuff up, right? Because I had a very hard time paying my bills last year, and I'm like, and I'm not a bad steward of my money, but there were this bill wasn't getting paid this month, this bill wasn't getting paid this month. I'm like, why? Because it's not like I'm going out. It's not like I'm blowing bread. I'm not shopping. I'm not drinking out. Like I'm not doing any of that. So I'm like, how do I continue to be broke? Continue to live check after check. I mean, check to check every month. And so once I added up all the expenses, it was like $2,600 a month that I was going to need to bring in. And that's not even like doing nothing extra. That's just like base stuff, that reoccurring stuff. It was like it was between $2,400 and $2,600 depending. And then when I looked at my statements, like my tax statements, my W-2s and stuff like that, I was only making $1,900 a month. So I'm like, that's why I'm not even making enough to cover my bills. You know what I'm saying? And that was just mind blowing to me. because I've been trying to figure it out for like the last 2 years. You know, working retail, you don't make much bread.
Nope.
I made, you know, $10 an hour plus commission. You know, I was getting paid $1,000 every 2 weeks.
If you have a bad
maybe
selling week,
you know what I'm saying. If I had a good week, $1,000 every 2 weeks, so that's $2,000 a month. I wasn't even making enough to clear my stuff, right? So now that I'm aware of well, first and foremost, it came with cutting some of those reoccurring expenses back. Like the amount of money that I was spending on food and the amount of money that I was spending on other things that could have been cut was ridiculous. So first came with cutting those things out, but then the question was, now I got to make more money. Because it just bothers me when people are like, oh, you just need to save. You just need to save. You need to just.
Oh, I need. More
I don't
money.
have no bread to save.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to make some money, I can make a call. We can get some operations
weak.
going.
Wait, what?
If you really want to make some money, I ain't gonna say what.
We're gonna talk about that
If
right
you
now.
really want to make some money,
We'll
talk about that
after the
off
show.
mic.
Off mic after the show.
But
Ladies
real
and
talk,
gentlemen.
I'm like, I can't save money because I'm not even making
Teach
it.
me the game,
I've
Ghost.
never been able to save money. Never have I been able to save money.
I-
And
I-
like
that's
a bando.
why,
Like
I
Jacob,
need every
no.
cent.
I got a question for you. So, as you were talking, I kept thinking of the word mindset. What mindset do you have? Do you have that successful businessman, entrepreneur mindset, or do you have a broke mindset? The reason I ask that is because there's a guy that I follow, may not believe with everything he says, but he does talk about the broke mindset.
Yeah,
If
it's a
that's
real
how you
thing.
grew up, and that's how
Yeah,
you
it's a
and
real
that's
thing.
what you're used to. You very well could have a broke mindset if you're just like, man, I'm never going to make enough money. But if you change that to, all right, here's what we got, here's what we got to do. What do I have to do to bridge the gap?
You know what's
So
funny though?
just as a question, not calling you out, not singling
Yeah,
you out
no,
or
that's
anything, but
that's a
just
legit
as
question.
a thought.
But I
What
didn't
mindset?
even know I had a broke mindset until I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. So that's what he talked about in chapter 1 was an actual broke mindset. He said there's a difference between being poor and being broke.
Yep.
And I was like, but it wasn't until then that I realized I had a broke mindset. You know, I used to consistently say I'm broke out loud. And, just speaking that
The power
into the
of life.
it's in the tongue.
Lies
It
in
really
the tongue.
is. And I would say I'm broke so much that I really think I spoke that shit into existence, to be honest. So it became a matter of one, shift in my mindset, and two, speaking positivity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I wasn't aware of that till like last year. Like last year.
One thing, and this tag, because I think finances is always part of everybody's, finishing out the fourth quarter or starting like the new year. They always look at that. And when working at a bank, I deal with clients all the time. It's like the similar situation where they making this money, but then their account doesn't have this, and they don't understand how their account doesn't have this, And so one of the things I always ask my clients when I work with them is, all right, the income that you have coming in, the money that's going out, are these needs?
Or once.
So I categorize it as this: are these extreme needs, or are these wants? Because extreme needs are stuff like you got to pay your rent, you got to pay your car note, you got to pay that stuff. The needs are the things that we view as needs, but we don't really need them, like cable.
Yep.
I haven't had cable in 3 years.
That's real.
I've been going off. I got my smart TV, but I've been having my Fire Stick forever. So, and I haven't missed paying the cable bill once. But we view cable as a need because we have to stay in tune with
That's a word.
everything. Then you have your wants. Eating out is a want.
Yep.
Shopping is a want.
100%.
The amount that you use your car, gas wise, that's a want.
a want, too.
It's not. The car is the need. It's the extreme need,
need, yeah.
but how much you actually use it is the want. So I think with the expenses, you have to be able to categorize what's your
Stay at home
what's
in
your extreme
2019.
need, what's your need,
All
and
2019.
then what's your want. Because going to the gas station that adds up over time. Going to the ATM, getting those $2.50, $5 fees that adds up every time, and we as people don't think about those minute things because they're regular everyday things that we do, but they impact our finances significantly.
Over time.
So what I've done to remedy this, just for everybody watching, maybe this will work for you. What I've done to remedy this, right? Now I keep envelopes in my car with cash inside.
I
So,
wouldn't tell nobody that.
oh damn, you right.
I was thinking the same thing.
I drive a 20,
2001.
It's too
green and blue.
Awesome.
Don't worry.
A red bling.
Don't worry. Next time we record, they're gonna be waiting for you to pop out your car.
They gonna be, let me see what
I
he
was gonna say,
pulling
you
off
want to take
in.
Anakin with you tonight?
I will. Don't worry about it.
We taking the dog.
So what I've done to remedy this, right? And I've already said it, but I
real
keep.
quick.
So somebody told me that when you have like debit card, like when you keep your debit cards on you, you're more inclined to spend money.
There's a
when you
power to
take
cash.
cash, you're on a tight budget.
Yep.
So now I keep, 3 envelopes in my car. One for food, one for gas,
3 envelopes,
one for
y'all.
miscellaneous. And there's $50 in each envelope. So
You need that
once that
miscellaneous.
cash is gone, that's it. It's gone.
Yeah.
So I'm on a strict $50 budget for food every week. Then that I may use that up on Saturday. That money might be gone by Tuesday if I go grocery shopping. But I'll take the cash once I spend it and it, replace it with a receipt. And at the end of the month, I can add up
That's smart.
all of the money that I've spent on food, all of the money that I've spent on gas, and I can be a better steward of my money.
One thing that the man himself, Shaq, talks about is that he's actually a very successful businessman, and he said what helps you with gas as well is that don't let your tank get past half.
Same.
Yeah,
Yep.
and just fill it up. It's
Yep.
like $20 to fill it up. So you're only paying $20 for gas. So that could be something as well because
That's a mental thing, though.
oh yeah,
Because if you put it on half and you put 20 in there and you filling up every time you go to half, you still gonna spend 40 when you at. I mean, you still gonna be putting a full tank
the
in there. At the
equivalent,
end of the
yeah.
day. It's the equivalent. That's it. To me, that's a mental thing.
Yeah,
'cause I've
because
heard that same
you're
thing.
filling up more often.
Yeah.
But it does like car wise, it does burn faster once you get below half. That's
Lot
Well, in that
quicker.
case, that's different.
Yeah.
Then.
A lot quicker.
it burns faster.
That was all I had, though. I just want to talk about finance because that's super important for me.
That's huge.
I don't even want to come with my goal because y'all,
That's like
you
number
know,
4 on my
you-
list.
come on, man.
and the way you,
Saving the best for last.
nah, that ain't good. No, so I guess for me, man, my biggest thing, I have all these things that I've written out and put in my phone, but the biggest thing for me is consistency. That's my goal for 2019.
Let's go consistency.
Like Calvin
Consistency of
said,
what?
You've been looking.
Everything.
You've been looking at Diddy. Instagram, huh?
everything. No, I really haven't. To be honest with you, I really haven't. So the thing for me, like Calvin said, there's things you can do professionally. I know I can achieve those, but like I said, it's consistency. So we've started a YouTube channel. Or we are going to start a YouTube channel. When I say we, I'm talking Franklin and Anthony. We started doing videos like tips on like fashion tips and stuff like that, how to dress, suiting and all of that. But we didn't continue. We haven't been consistent. Well, I can only speak for myself. I haven't been consistent. So that's just one thing, consistent on reading my Bible. One of the
When
things.
does that launch before we move on?
What?
YouTube
The
channel.
YouTube channel. When does that launch?
It'll not launch this month.
Okay.
This month, yeah. So y'all hold me accountable to that.
Yeah, we
so
got you.
It
You got
will
a
launch
few
this
more
month.
days.
Yeah, a few more days. But also reading my Bible, and not only reading my Bible, but actually studying. For me, growing up in church all my life, there's a bunch of scriptures that I just know just from being in church. But I'm at the point now where I want to actually research and dig deeper. You know what I mean? In those scriptures, and not only reading scriptures from my phone because I get distracted. So I'm reading the Bible verse on my phone and something pop up and I leave that scripture and go to whatever it is that popped up. So what I want to do is
If you
get
had
back to
an
my Bible.
iPhone, you could just put it on Do Not Disturb, and you wouldn't get any.
Listen, we could do the
notifications.
same thing with Android. So get off of Android, you iPhone users. but actually open up my Bible.
And highlight like you used to.
Yeah, you know what I'm
full
saying?
pages.
We don't do that no more.
Yeah,
but actually open up my Bible and study when I'm home. Also, be more emotionally available. I guess I would say for
You gonna be there for me, so
for
yeah,
my-
thank you.
Ignoring me.
for my family.
Is that
I
weak?
what?
We family. What you talking
Yeah.
about?
Bro, I call you every week.
Mike called me once a month.
No,
He gonna say every
Jacob.
week.
for
Well,
real.
it's still
me and
January.
Mike send Instagram stories
Mike
all,
got me
day.
all day, every
Mike called me
day.
once a week. Conversation.
We
for
share
30
lives.
seconds.
We share lives virtually.
Because it ain't. It's just a check on
It's
you.
a LOL in your face,
It's
like-
hey, it's a check in. Jacob, how you doing?
Hey, you good, nigga?
Everything
Okay.
good?
All right, good.
Hey, listen. Everybody know me. I'm not long winded.
You breathing? Yeah.
We gonna get on.
Yeah, all right? Your tires ain't bald, are they? You good? Bet. All right, my boy.
Got gas in your tank? All right, you
Man,
move.
you need something. Holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
You dead or you weak? Which one?
But no, be
Tally.
dead or you weak. No, but no, to be there, I won't say emotionally available, but to have more patience with my family. When I say family, I mean my kids. Kids, anybody out there that has kids will test your patience. And I have two young Tank is an energy ball boy. So, but I love them, man. I wouldn't trade my family.
I'm my youngest son.
for anything, man. But yeah, that's the biggest thing for me, man. Is just consistency, just being consistent with whatever I start and make sure that I see it through. So
I wanted to make a comment on when you were talking about reading the scriptures because, I mean, for you guys who are listeners, if you're not believers, again, thank you for listening to this so far because this is part of our belief in who we are. And, you know, we respect different beliefs, even though if we differ. Thank you for listening. So I just wanted to clarify.
And then if this is your first time viewing, Austin is the saint of all us.
Big fact.
He
Fan favorite.
so
Mr. White Chocolate
you about to
himself.
get this sermon, and this is coming from a good man because the rest of us are flat out heathens, and so we just listen.
Speak for yourself, Calvin.
Not flat out.
speak
just a
for
little
yourself.
bit.
Because you
It's a
coming
new
fresh
year,
off
new
of
me.
J5 and you feeling some type of way. We are not
It's a
heathens.
day after.
You were past heathen. You were past reform.
Well, thank you, Brother Calvin. If you turn your hymnals,
See, that's how you know he said hymnals.
That's the Bible.
hymnals.
But go ahead.
But in regards to, you're talking about the different verses of, you can have the head knowledge, but if it doesn't sink into the heart knowledge, you're never going to actually be able to live it out because you can just spit facts all day. But if there's a barrier between here and here, it's never going to sink in. You're actually never going to show the true love of Christ.
Hide my
into
word in
people's
your
hearts.
heart so that I might not sin against thee. I can spit them all day. You're right.
Yeah.
And so that
And that's something that I've struggled with my whole
Definitely.
life of just being able to repeat things so well,
Yeah.
but it never actually takes hold.
Manifest, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta be, and that's what they always say. Not only be readers, but be doers. Exactly. So
Faith without works is
dead.
There we go.
Yeah, buddy.
Tally it up.
That was an I'm dead
That was a dead.
moment. Yeah, you gotta add that, bro.
This is interesting.
This
You actually missed a few. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but you missed a few. I
because
think
he didn't
missed
want you. He didn't want to call himself.
I think he
out.
missed like 2
Nah, bro,
weeks, maybe
he
3
been
I'm
writing.
dead.
He been right unless you've been whispering.
I've been saying them on the low.
Okay.
Come on.
Because
Come
you know
on.
you being tallied now.
I admit it.
Because you know you being tallied.
Hey, I know we should all get pinky rings. I think me and Austin. are
Pinky
all
ring
pinky
till I
rings.
get a wedding ring.
Well,
Ooh.
I got a wedding ring, so that'll be y'all thing, I guess.
Oh,
Right,
hey,
don't
let's
look
put
at
out a
me with
poll.
disgust.
Should we
My
get
God.
whiskey conversation rings? Pinky rings.
No.
I'm gonna get a pinky ring.
This
I don't
There
like.
we
I
go.
don't like rings.
This
There we
ain't
go.
romance.
Well,
I
you
don't
like
like
bracelets.
rings.
You don't like rings, but you like bracelets.
Well, my bracelets have meaning to them.
So
I'm sure they do. So do rings.
Boom.
Nah,
Yeah.
Oh,
So
come on.
you don't want a wedding ring? A wedding ring?
that's different.
He say that's different.
That's different.
Just
that's
another ring on
different.
the finger.
Nah,
Oh,
Speaking of bracelets, I
That's
know what the
important.
bracelets mean. How's mom's doing, man? She good?
mom's doing good.
Mom
man.
is good,
Mom's
man.
living
Good deal.
ghetto fabulous, chilling. She done
Like
getting
ghetto
on my
Living
nerves.
ghetto fabulous.
That's what you Oregon did to her. Man, the
Hey,
ghetto.
mom's up there chilling, dog. She been kicking ever since the transplant.
That's what's up, man.
While I'm in the hospital. She up there going to bingo and everything. I'm just playing. She ain't go to bingo. But nah, mom's doing good, man. She I mean, doctors and everything been good, so we blessed right now.
So it's a part of one of my goals. How are you doing? I mean, because you went through a hell of a transformation.
I'm
with-
Gucci, baby. I'm back. I'm back. I was out.
back.
I came out the hospital. Took me about 2-3 weeks to get my stamina back, but we good now.
You say
You,
we
you in the
good.
gym back?
Yeah, we
You in the
back.
gym too, right? And everything.
This week will be my
Yeah, what
first
kind of
week
stamina
of
you
full
talking
force
about?
gym.
That could mean.
Beautiful.
You talking about?
We're talking about working out, me being able to walk around and not be tired.
Got you.
That's good.
not get out of a lazy boy and be out of breath.
You said a lady or a lazy?
Lazy
That
boy.
lazy
Oh,
boy.
man, you
Lazy boy.
Yeah, you are very talented.
Why would
Where was
I
that
say
going?
that out of all people?
I'm asking the question.
Where was that
He
going,
said
bro?
stamina, he said lady. I was just putting two. and
Where
two
was
together.
that going, my brother?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, for all the new listeners, y'all didn't know, man. Calvin gave his mom his kidney, and he was out for what, about a month, maybe a little longer than that, huh?
From us about a month.
Yeah, month and a half, man. So we glad to have him back. Glad he's good. Glad mom's is good, man. And that's a huge thing to do, man. And so we just excited, man. Excited for him. Excited for his family. So man, y'all got anything else, man? How much time we got? How long we been going?
2 minutes.
We got 10 minutes.
15.
15 minutes left. Dang.
So I said we close this out and get back to another one.
But it's 8.
It's 8.
We should close this out and
Let's chop it up, man. We got
What's going on right
Oh,
now?
I'm trying to keep on these goals.
Current event.
Here goes what's going on right now.
Current events,
We're
everybody.
just talking about finances. Okay,
Okay.
so this is going to be important. This is a very important part of finances. If you are our listeners, if you're looking at possible mortgage, possible loan with the bank, or anything financial as far as line of credit or loans, now is not the best time to do it. Not because of rates or anything, but simply because as a financial institution to verify W-2s and everything like that, we can't get it passed through because of the government shutdown. So that's just a lot of people don't know that. So we didn't even know it as a bank that it was affecting our loans. So we had like loans that was just like sitting, not getting approved, and we calling underwriters like, "Hey, what's going on?" It's like, does this have anything to do with the government? Like, yeah, it does. So with this government shutdown, I know it's affecting a lot of people. I have some frat brothers that's military. It's affecting them. It may affect some people's Social Security, whatever the case may be. But from a financial standpoint, especially starting the year, a lot of people look at homes or getting loans or lines of credit to, get them started for the year. I will wait until after the government shutdown ends. That way you can get those funds. If you do get approved, you get those funds immediately.
I just want my income taxes.
So what do y'all think about
Facts.
this whole wall situation? I mean, the reason for
I
the shutdown in the
mean,
first place.
we in a shutdown for a president that said that we would. Well, I ain't gonna even say we, because I didn't vote for him. But who said y'all, whoever voted for him, wouldn't have to pay for the wall. But now we shut down because government won't pass a law to give him money to build the wall
Right.
that Mexico was gonna build. Now, I'm not the smartest person in the world.
That was dumb thinking anyway.
I'm not the
Off
smartest person in the world. What country gonna pay you to build a wall to keep them out?
Exactly. That's just foolish thinking, and that goes to show you what type of person we have in office.
I mean,
You
even
know
then,
what I
just
mean?
people
Like,
that's voting for him.
I mean,
If you
that too.
believed that,
That too.
Compared to the final two, we got the better end of the stick.
you talking about between him and Hillary? You
And
think so?
And I'm not a misogynist. I'm not saying like, oh, she's a woman, get out. I think it absolutely would be awesome to have a woman president. If she's qualified, she's absolutely not.
So besides the
But I think it was
scandalous
a lose-lose
emails,
situation.
besides the scandalous emails,
What,
and the
what
better
there?
two at the end of the stick.
Yeah.
You had a campaign that was ran off of racist rhetoric, rallies that were pretty much Klan rally and race motivated, that talked about black people, Hispanics, or whatever. I don't see how, as a leader of our country and the free world, how that is the better of two. Granted, I hated both of them,
Yeah.
but I don't see how that is the better of
But
two
we didn't get the
evils.
lesser two. Yeah, we didn't get the lesser of the two. Not at all.
don't think
Hillary
so
would have been the
either.
lesser.
No.
Oh,
You hold up. Are you saying we got the lesser?
No, he said we got the better end
saying-
of the deal with
I'm
Trump.
saying-
No, we would've got that with Hillary.
Trump is definitely the lesser when you look at when you
What
talk
Hillary has done.
about a country. I'm gonna take somebody that now put emails in a personal account versus
Oh, but
someone
it's
that
full any
divides
day.
a country
Yeah.
along racial lines and that gives the authority
'cause
for
it-
people to attack other people.
The internal
because of
hate
their
can
race.
ruin you quicker
And
than
I do
than
want to
emails.
I do want to clarify. I do want to clarify on this, and listeners and everybody here, hear me on this. I don't think Trump is a great man. I think he's very misguided. He's very immature, and he's very misguided. He just pops off and does whatever he wants. I think he's very passionate, but that passion does get misguided. But again, like I'm going back comparing him to Hillary. If you look at what the Clinton Foundation has done, and you look at the very seedy and creepy things that their name has been associated with, I'm taking Trump over that. Now, I did vote for Trump, but when I did, my heart sank. So just know that's where my heart was. I don't know what I would have done if I would have voted for Hillary, but when I hit that sin vote for Trump, man, I don't know what's going to happen.
I think the thing with me, and I mean this past election it's been a race thing. It's a kind of a black vote, white vote thing. And the thing that I tell people that's kind of say we got I don't trust Hillary, but they trust Trump. So I always, when I'm talking to white counterparts, I always tell them, so if we flip it to where Trump leaked emails to a personal account, family was in charge of like prisons and stuff like that, whatever the case may be, his name's tied to this, and Hillary runs a campaign based on black people attacking white people and making white people feel inferior.
44, yeah.
Are you going to vote for Hillary at that time, or are you going to vote for Trump? And people say, well, Hillary's promoting hate and evil. Well, no, but it's flipped now. It's flipped. She's promoting hate and evil when you're the recipient of the hate.
Right.
But when you're not the recipient of the hate, Hillary's emails are this, like, it's hard for people to see something
That's a good
until
analogy.
it's directed
Toward them.
toward them.
Yeah. That's real. And you almost can't fault somebody for that because you don't know what you don't know. And so this is not even, again, a knock against you.
Yeah.
But we used to have like conversations about white privilege on my campus. So I was in college. I was a president of 3 student organizations, right? And we used to host these forums with white faculty, white students, black faculty, and black students, right? And we used to come together and we used to talk about issues surrounding racism and discrimination and prejudice, right? And it's crazy because most of the white people were the ones contributing to the conversation and in support of black people, though.
Yep.
Which was, foreign to me. But one of my professors, I'll never forget, she was talking about white privilege, and she said white privilege are the things that you don't have to think about. She said the fact that you don't have to have particular conversations with your kids, the fact that you don't
have to worry about getting pulled over.
Like all of the things that you don't have to worry about is white privilege. So when you talk about not being discriminated against or not facing hate or not facing prejudice, you can't really knock them for that because they've never experienced it before. But at the same time, that's privilege. Like the fact that they've never had to have those conversations, the fact that they've never had to feel that way is privilege. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like just don't think all white people are aware. You know what I'm saying? That they're privileged.
They woke.
Because they're not. They not. They think it is what it is, and this is how things are.
It's
And
just
this is
life
how
to
they've
them.
always been. This is regular life.
Definitely.
And then when you open their eyes to it, they're like,
Whoa, I
had
had
no
no idea
idea.
this was going on.
but
Yeah.
don't just assume that they're all aware of that. You know?
Definitely. And we, real quick, man, I don't mean to cut you off, but we don't want to go too deep off into this because this is actually going to be a show topic. We will uncover racism.
Big time.
So y'all be sure to stay tuned, man. I didn't mean to cut you out. I know you have a great point, but I'm gonna stop you there. I want you to hold it. Hold it if you can, man, because we definitely gonna come back to racism, man. We're goofy at times, but we do discuss some heavy issues. I don't know if y'all seen the mental health and mental awareness subject that we tackled. We tackled the Colin Kaepernick, kneel or not kneel. So those of you,
Masculinity,
man,
double
if y'all
standards.
haven't had a chance, go check out our YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on SoundCloud as well. Y'all go back and listen to our past episodes, man. We uncover some deep stuff, man. And racism is one of the things that we will touch on. And the fact that we have Austin, who looks different from all of us here, man. We love that. We love to have that different perspective. He's grown up, different from some of us or all of us. So we love having that different perspective and actually bringing him on, man. So, but we appreciate y'all for joining in, man. I want to give a shout out real quick to my cousin Marcus Gilmore. He's the one who started National Goals Writing Day.
Shout out to MG.
Which brought about this conversation. And if you've been seeing the hashtag National Goal Writing Day, he started that. It's actually passed. It was on December 27th, and he also does a halfway point on June 27th. And Marcus is from Dallas originally. He's in New York now, and he's the creator of the Culture Supplier. So y'all go check him out on Instagram. Follow him, man. He's doing some great things. I wanted to have him on the show, but he's already gone back to New York. But man, we salute him for the movement he's making and the things that he's doing. But again, man, shout out to our unofficial sponsor, whiskey sponsor too.
Yeah.
Balcones.
Balcones!
Hey, I just want to say, My mom and my aunt both send me texts about balcones.
Oh yeah.
Balcones, like
Same. I got
I
messages.
think balcones has become like a tagline.
Listen, Balcones, we love y'all, man.
Just
we
become the official
just
Just
become
become
the
the
official
Come back.
sponsor.
Come back.
We've already made. We've
Hey,
made.
big head.
Let me text somebody real quick.
Just saying.
Hey, big
Like,
head.
people know about balcones.
Yeah, y'all on the map, Balcones.
Listen,
I'm saying it's because of us, but
yeah,
That's
we,
huge, y'all.
we love
Safe
y'all.
word.
Yeah, safe word. AR safe word.
balcones.
No, shout out to Cat behind the board holding
Let's
it down.
go.
Hey man, engineering.
Yeah.
We appreciate
It's
you
'cause of
holding it
that
down.
song you sang me or your poem.
Oh my! I wrote this
earlier.
for you. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Oh, we got to do the tally. I said I'm weak.
Oh, what's the?
again.
Yeah, what's
Alright.
that? That was one more. Put I'm weak.
What's the
This,
final count?
I guess this
One
is
more
gonna,
week?
Yeah,
One more
one
week?
more
We
week.
just tied it with that one.
I think this is going to be this
The
is going to be
official.
a running show thing.
Oh,
We
it
gonna-
is. It is.
I'm weak and I'm dead. Tally.
Yes,
Jacob says this
so-
often. So
So if you're on live right now, just start putting in your tally between the dead and the weak, if you will. The dead and the weak. Brother Cal.
Yeah.
So on my hymnal.
What's this like?
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, mini drum roll, please. Very small one, like- All right. So for dead, we have 7.
Okay.
Ooh.
And weak.
We have 6.
Hey.
Dang, you did.
Hey.
I'm dead.
So,
So
the
listen.
dead one on this one.
Jacob.
Tune in next week to see who
Jacob
wins this.
has died and been resurrected more than Lazarus and Jesus himself combined.
I feel
on the
like
next
that's-
episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I feel like that's only like
The next time.
Okay.
It's like a character in Grand Theft Auto.
Let's go,
Been died and been recreated and reincarnated
least
and
put the
came
cheat
back.
code in.
Man,
Stay alive.
Reincarnated?
Yeah, stay
You come
alive.
up with a new word?
No, I said reincarnated. I said recreated. And I said
Recreated.
reincarnated. Yeah.
I thought you just kind of like stopped halfway.
Stop
Reincarnated.
having. You know that's
That
what we do.
Balcones is good, isn't it?
We
They
make
make
up
up
our
our
own words. That's what we do. Say, bro.
That's
don't
about
put me
Balcones.
on
Oh, we've
the-
been live for an hour. Am I about to cut off?
About to cut off. I
You
like.
got time remaining?
I dig that little look, bro. That's nice.
Nothing remaining.
I dig that look,
He
my
said you
brother.
got time remaining.
What you got on today?
What
you got on today,
Turtleneck,
man?
you know what I'm saying?
Just
Something new.
square.
Something
got on?
different. You know, like, you know.
Got some Rampley and Co. over there.
What you got on?
Look at this.
Is that Rampley? That is artwork. Beautiful
Look at-
artwork.
let's see,
Pocket
let's
square.
see.
Turn
you know
that-
what I'm
turn
saying?
that.
Let me
Okay.
go ahead and flash
Artwork.
that y'all way.
beautiful.
You know what I'm saying?
Artwork.
She put that on the wall.
Got
It's
the
our cousins, you
got the
know.
neck brace
that's in your
on.
pocket.
You know,
The
neck brace, you know, trying to keep it, you know, sturdy.
That's nice, bro. I like
Jacob,
that. Is
Jacob.
this what is it? Is that
This is tweet.
tweed?
This is
Okay.
tweet.
It's nice.
You know, it's winter time.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Window pane. I
I'm trying
see
to
you.
get like you. I see you with the collar bar.
I see you, sir.
Matter of fact, I ain't let me disrespect you like
It's
that. You got a
light,
collar
bro.
pen today.
It's light, bro. It's something light. You
I see
know,
what you
we
did.
just, you
Man.
know how we do. But my
Flex.
man over here, you know what I'm saying? Look at him.
He already
when
know.
you know you
He
clean.
already know.
When you know
He
you
ain't gotta
clean.
say
That is
nothing.
olive, sir.
No.
Get into
Stop. Bimberg.
that is, oh, with the Benberg lining. You know,
don't even know what that
I
is.
will
They
admit-
don't know what Benberg
But
is.
I will admit, this one doesn't have my name on it. It has a different quote.
Oh, it has a quote.
It says, "Peace be still."
Oh,
Ooh.
Peace be still, baby.
The Lord.
Wait, which piece?
Huh?
whoa! Wait a minute.
You gotta relax.
Wait a minute.
That's a week.
This
He-
the
that's a
childish
week.
corner
That's a
down
week.
here. This is child. This is childish corner. Add a week, please. Add a week. We're now.
We already did the tally, so it doesn't matter anymore.
We're at 8. But the show ain't over though. He's still weak after
True.
the tie.
All right, we're tied up.
We tied. What is it? 7 and 7.
It's 7 all.
Okay.
7-all.
So
Let's
your
see.
weekend dead.
I'm good now.
Okay.
I'm straight.
And that
I'm
tie's
evened
clean,
out.
bro. Life always all balance, baby. It's all about
I'm
balance.
still alive.
It's
I'm
all
even
about
out.
balance. Don't say nothing else, bro.
All right, I'm done. You
Don't
did.
say nothing else. But man, with
Turn it
that,
off.
man, we're gonna be out, man. We'll see y'all in a couple of weeks, man. We love
Next
y'all.
time.
Let's shot as we go out. What's up? We're drinking as we go out. She playing this jam. I'm gonna
Straight,
get up and
straight,
dance.
straight.
Lay out,
They
boys.
go, hey, we love you. Peace.